Hi everyone, you're watching WFN Green. I'm your host, Emmanuel Beliveau. In studio today, we have Queen's University professor, Dr. Bruce Tufts. Bruce, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
There's a conflict today between wild fisheries and aquaculture. What's going on?
Well, aquaculture was originally seen as the perfect solution. We thought that it would allow us to still eat a lot of fish and still preserve our wild fisheries. But unfortunately, what we're finding out as this industry develops in Canada is that this is not always the case.
Well, what are some of these prevailing issues?
There's actually quite a few issues that are out there these days. Some fish are escaping from aquaculture, and there's a lot of escapees out there in the ocean interacting with wild fish. There's some disease problems where diseases are being transferred to wild fisheries. There's also issues associated with the feed that's used to feed fish in aquaculture, because a lot of that feed is actually dependent on fish from the food web of wild fisheries.
Well, how do you get around these issues?
Once again, the main thing is to do the good science, and once the good science is done, I think what we need are the proper incentives to implement what we find into the industry, and that's just not happening.
And what are some of the science findings that you found in your research?
My lab in particular has been focused recently on trying to deal with this feed question, and what we've been trying to do is substitute the normal herring or sardine meal that's in the feed that's now used to feed aquaculture fish with something else. And we're actually pretty excited. We're finding that if we substitute that feed with carp meal, so we're using carp, a species where there's a huge number of carp out there and there's a lot of fish protein, we're putting that into pellets, and we're actually looking at how fish grow when they're fed pellets with carp meal. And we're pretty excited. We're finding that fish actually grow almost as well on pellets based on carp meal as they do on pellets based on wild fish.
Well, that's really exciting stuff. Well, fascinating research, Bruce. Thank you so much for coming in. To learn more about wild fisheries and aquaculture, check out WFN Green online at wfn.tv/green.